Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Zwiser Market Wrap with Arjit Garg. Today, Nifty went up 1.17%, 285 points up. Sensex close to 1,000 points up, and Bank Nifty a 0.5% up. So let's discuss about all this in today's session. Arjit, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me today, Pradhaman.
Great. Okay, let's get started with Nifty 50 today. 285 points up. What do you have to say about this?
An awesome move that started at the end of the day, the absolute end when
Hmm.
everybody lost hope that okay, यार आज तो market में कुछ नहीं होने वाला. Then suddenly there was some news around the war that's going on. I believe that the Iranian government is ready to negotiate the terms with the US government regarding their nuclear program. So now that's a huge news because a couple of days ago we heard in the news that US government and the Iranian government, both of them are conducting secret nuclear tests, which is causing earthquakes and of course earthquakes in the markets as well. So now that the news is there that maybe they're dropping that the program to do the nuclear programs and they're dropping all of that nuclear idea out. So now this is a big positive for the markets because the main fear that everybody had, okay, this might turn into a nuclear war. Now that fear is gone. Now that it is gone, we can normalize the regular stuff that is going on in the markets. And to be honest, even it's my question to you, and not just to you, but also to the viewers. From the past 5 days, we were tracking the war news, we were tracking which country is being hit, how many missiles are being hit. How many times did we check the news today? Maybe once, maybe twice. People are now normalizing the war that is going on, just like how it did a couple of years ago with the Russia Ukraine war. The Russia Ukraine war is still on, they have not done a ceasefire. The war is still on, the attacks are still on, but we have now normalized it कि यार war तो चलती रहती है ठीक है कब तक आप उसको लेके बैठे रहोगे. So now that people have started normalizing it, I guess now it is time for us to normalize this Middle East war as well. And now it's time for us to get back to life. That entertainment, that drama is now over. Let's come back to what is actually happening in the markets now. Let's come back to the fundamentals. Let's come back to the actual levels that we have to focus on the markets. So now from here, two most important levels for Nifty that I've marked after today's session is again the same as yesterday's levels. 25,000 is the resistance that we have to focus on, and 24,000 on the downside is the support that we have to focus on. Now, I know these two levels are quite far 25,000, 24,000. I have a mid level as well. So, if you check the option chains, the Nifty option chain, you can see the highest open interest apart from 24,000 and 25,000. The highest open interest is also on 24,500, right? So on the put side, so we can see that 24,500 is a good support level from current levels, and that is somewhere 24,500, 24,600. That's a range from where we saw support earlier as well, not just in today's session. Yesterday also 24,600 acted as a resistance, and today it acted as a support. So this level is very important. The open interest is 86,000, the volumes is 27,000, which means somewhere around there 1 lakh open contracts at 24,500. As soon as the market would come down here, all the put contracts, all the put that people have sold, they would exit all of their contract. Now put selling means people want the markets to go up. That is what put selling means. When you buy a put, you expect the markets to fall down. And when people start selling off their put contracts, they want the markets to go up. And that is exactly what will happen once the index comes down to 24,500 levels. Now, this is Nifty. If we talk about Bank Nifty, again, Bank Nifty gave us a very sideways move. We can see here the entire move was summed up in what 400, 500 points. But since the news came in around the US Iran war as they're moving ahead with the peace talks now, Bank Nifty also saw a huge move. Important levels are still very far 60,000 and 58,000. These are the two crucial levels on Bank Nifty. But one middle level is 58,500, the exact level from where Bank Nifty reversed today. And if we see on 58,500, that is the exact point where on call side as well as on put side, on both the levels, there are highest open interest and the highest volumes, approximately 2 lakh contracts on both the sides, which means whenever Bank Nifty would come down to that level, 58,500, we will see that that level acts as a make or break level for Bank Nifty once again. On the higher side, 60,000, on the lower side, 58,000, and the mid level to act as a support, we have 58,500 on Bank Nifty. I believe you're on mute, Represent.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. So I have a question actually. So majorly we saw Nifty was up 1.17%, 1.2% close to, but Bank Nifty was only up 0.5%. So can we actually look at the stocks that actually contributed to the Nifty's movement, and why Bank Nifty
Sure.
did not move as much?
All right. So Bank Nifty did not move because there's already a lot of derivatives based pressure in Bank Nifty. See, past few days, everybody, Bank Nifty, as I mentioned in yesterday's session also, Bank Nifty was already in under pressure before the news came in around the war. Before the fall came in, Bank Nifty was already trading in a pressure. People were expecting Bank Nifty to go up. Now, what happened? It was a weekend. People got trapped because they were expecting Bank Nifty to open up on Monday. If the war did not happen, Bank Nifty would have seen gone wonders. But people bought in calls. The negative news came in. Now on a weekend you cannot cut short your positions. So people got trapped. When people get trapped, when the option buyer gets trapped, now they need a very good amount of returns. Like either they want a good level to exit their position, they cannot book heavy losses in options. So that is the exact reason why we are seeing a drop in volumes in Bank Nifty and reduced volumes and reduced movement in Bank Nifty. Once the option writing is done, once all the volumes are freed up, we'll see a good move in Bank Nifty. Not now, maybe in next 3 days, maybe next week, or maybe as we move closer to the month expiry, we'll see good move in Bank Nifty. But at least for next 1 week, let's avoid trading Bank Nifty and let's focus on Nifty and other sectors to trade.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So can we look at the stocks that outperformed today and some stocks for tomorrow as well?
Right. So one of the key stock that I have today is Reliance Industries. I'll quickly load up its chart. We can also see in the heat map here that Reliance Industries was one of the key gainers, top gaining stocks today. Now, why did that happen? That happened purely because Reliance is a energy stock. Everybody is expecting energy prices, the crude oil prices, everybody is expecting the metals prices to really go up. Now, however, gold and silver prices are not rallying as much as crude was rallying, but the sentiment is something which drives the market really crazy. And that is something which is driving Reliance as well. You can see a strong candle which formed today, and again, it sustained. There was a sideways movement, and then a strong candle again by the end of the day. Now, this move will continue, and we'll see these levels in Reliance shortly. Shortly, sir, I mean in the next coming weeks, maybe 1 to 2 weeks, we can see 1400, 1434 in Reliance quite soon. Another stock that I have is Tata Motors. Now, Tata Motors has nothing really much to do with the war which is going on. If you see Tata Motors passenger vehicle, it jumped again with a positive sentiment in the market. If we see M&M, Mahindra and Mahindra, now the reason why auto stocks are shining right now is because we have entered a new month, and as every month there is auto sales number which is released by the government. All of these companies, they come up with their numbers, which is again, it's verified numbers. It's not something fake that they're releasing. Now these numbers tell us how well these companies are doing with their vehicles. This helps
Okay.
us estimate their financial results ahead of time. So if they're good sales, they're good numbers, we'll expect good financial results as well in the upcoming quarters. This is the exact sentiment which is driving auto stocks. M&M, you can see, despite negative news in the markets from the past 2 days, it has been rising to maybe its previous highs again. So now we can see these levels, 3,450 and 3,500 coming back in Mahindra and Mahindra very soon. I believe we have lost Vipradaman for a while. Anyways, yeah, I believe there's a network glitch.
Sorry, I think I got disconnected in between due to a
Yes,
network
yes,
issue.
you got
So we
disconnected.
were
Like, no.
discussing about the M&M and Tata Motors, where the monthly figures are released, and M&M actually beautiful rally compared to Tata Motors.
Exactly, a beautiful rally, and in fact, the numbers. If you check the numbers out, the numbers are awesome. And Mahindra, truly, I believe that Mahindra and Mahindra are going to do very well. And from here, from current levels, I believe Mahindra and Mahindra is set for at least a 5 to 10% rally, at least 3,500 set to come in the coming days in Mahindra and Mahindra.
That's great, Arjit. In fact, not only would the M&M, two of the recommendations that you put on the app today on Zadvisor, both of them have hit target. So those are
Yes,
intraday
absolutely.
target, right?
Yes, yes, very well. In fact, I'd like to discuss crude a bit, the movement of crude here. So the recommendation that I made was around the movement of crude. Now this is Brent crude. We made a recommendation on the MCX one. I'm not able to load that here for a while, but we can see what a beautiful rally has come in crude. Especially the down move that we have, and we captured exactly this approximately a 30% move in the Indian markets in the Indian MCX listed crude, and that was captured today by the investors at Z prices.
Great, great. Ajit, now moving to the last part of the discussion. One mistake you think that most retail investors would make and what to do to avoid it?
I believe in this market, one mistake that investors would make is not joining this rally and still thinking that this is a fake breakout. See, the best way to understand if the current rally is going to sustain or not, keep aside all the news that we have. Just based on technicals, charts, and volumes, if you have to see how well the rally is going to go, just check out the volume indicator. Just put in the indicator. It's a free indicator, and it's not a lagging indicator. Volume is a leading indicator. It tells you where how many volumes are there at every candle which is being formed. Not on the indices, but also on the charts. Also, it also works with options, futures, crude, commodity. It works with everything. So check out the volumes, check out how well it is performing, and the biggest mistake would be not joining this rally right now. This is the rally which might bring us back to the previous levels on Nifty. Maybe we can see 26,000 once again. Maybe on Bank Nifty we'll see 60,000, and all of the previous levels would come back. So the biggest mistake would be not joining in this rally and still thinking that this is a fake breakout.
Perfect, perfect. Got it. Thank you, Ajit. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.